While India's G20 presidency has been an outlier for several reasons and will shape future global decisions on several fronts, one particular area that has been successfully pushed by India is digital public infrastructure, or DPIs. For the first time ever, the G20 reached a global consensus on what ought to be the DPI's definition, the framework and principles. For the first time ever, DPIs, digital public infrastructure, that section has been adopted by the G20 under India's presidency. For the previous G20s, DPIs never found a place. But this sounds complicated as of now. So let's decode one by one. First things first, what really is DPI? DPI stands for Digital Public Infrastructure. It means any digital platform through which fast and secure service delivery can be provided to the public. So since it's a public good, as the name goes, it is backed by the government for the benefit of the citizens and for the benefit of both the private and the public sectors. So that's the definition. In India, we call the collection of these services the India stack. Let's understand with examples. UPI, DigiLocker, Diksha and CoWin are all a part of the India stack, and they're examples of digital public infrastructure. And UPI has truly been an Indian platform that is used as an example globally. UPI is a payment system through which money can be transferred to people's accounts real time with no cost, and it has given Indians the freedom to go cashless. Now, the United Payments Interface, or UPI, has crossed the 10 billion mark in the volume terms of transactions in the month of August. In fact, UPI has also been adopted in 8 countries, including in developed countries such as Singapore. Next, another example is DigiLocker, which is a digital locker for all your government documents. Along with that, you've also had Diksha platform, which helps students continue studying even during COVID. While we are on the subject of COVID, we can't forget CoWin, which helped COVID-19 vaccination really reach the last mile. 110 crore people are registered on CoWin, and most Indians got vaccinated through this very platform. Now, India's DPI is proving to be an example for even the developed world. I'm not saying it's coming right from the World Bank. The World Bank said that India achieved remarkable landmark in just 6 years in the DPI front. Accomplishments that would typically have taken nearly 5 decades, India achieved those in just 6 years. So setting examples in DPIs and globally being an inspiration, but what did India really achieve on this front at the G20? As I said, DPIs have finally found a place in the G20 declaration for the first time under India's G20 presidency. For India, importantly, the declaration that has been adopted has welcomed India's plan to build and maintain a global digital public infrastructure repository, or the GDPIR. Now, what is this? It will be a virtual repository of digital public infrastructure voluntarily shared by G20 members and beyond. So G20 members will share their technology, digital public infrastructure, which can be used by other member countries as well. The IT ministry says this will be like a central bank to share technology with countries that are lagging behind free of cost. Now, this will be a big boost for India's DPIs, as they will now be highlighted and are likely to be adopted in more and more countries. So this has been adopted, but it remains to be seen when it actually turns into a reality, but definitely a further boost for India's digital public infrastructure.